river flowing in my soul. Gather ourselves together today to begin a new year in our community. Our theme for September is invitation. I invite you now to put your hands on your heart as we begin by inviting in all the goodness of life, including the best of ourselves. I invite us now to begin by facing east. This is east, right? Yeah. And this is the element of air. We call to our ancestors, our friends, our family, and wisdom keepers of the East. Can you think of anyone that lives in the East from you? We call on the element of air and wind and the rising sun. And we give thanks to your gift of breath and inspiration and the light of a new day. To all, we give thanks for the blessings of the East. May the river of life continue to flow. There's a river flowing in my soul.
Let us turn now to the south. This is the element of fire. We call to our ancestors, friends, family, and wisdom keepers of the South. We call on the element of fire. We give thanks for the mysterious spark of life glowing within each of us, and the sun that warms and nourishes the earth with the great celestial fire. To all, we give thanks for the blessings of the South. May the river of life continue to flow.
There's a river flowing in my soul. And please join me as we face the west. This is the element of water. We call to our ancestors, friends, family, and wisdom keepers of the west. We call on the element of water. We give thanks for water that flows in us, giving and sustaining all life. To all we give thanks for the blessings of the West. May the river of life continue to flow. There's a river flowing in my soul.
And now the circle closes in the north. The element of earth. We call to our ancestors, friends, family, and wisdom keepers of the north. We call on the element of earth. We give thanks for the earth that is our true home, together with other elements, creating and nourishing all life, holding us with solid grounding. To all, we give thanks for the blessings of the north. May the river of life continue to flow. Flowing in my soul.
And I invite us to face the center. The center as we honor the direction of below and the direction of above, and turning our direction inward to your center, that place that is the essence of your being, a culmination of your entire life, all the ancestors and history that has come before you. Here we are blessed with this amazing life in this moment. And here in this center of our community, we come together to bless each other with love and friendship and to care for one another. We come together to bless this world. May the river of life continue to flow. The river flowing in my soul. And I invite you to join with me in our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. I invite you to turn and greet those around you.
Good morning, Leo. Hi, girls. How are you this morning? Nice to see you. Hi, Tom.
Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry you're in pain. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. I knew your little girls were coming down the aisle. Come on up here, Leo. It's not good. Well, I think the fire is affecting us.
Come up. If you get a chance. Oh, maybe that's why, yeah. It's okay.
Joy to the morning, joy to the day, joy to all people going our way. Sweet joyful spirit, oh spirit of love, Welcome, everyone. We are glad you are here today for our opening service for the 2024 and 25 church year. I almost said school year. And a warm welcome to our visitors. We want to stay connected, so please sign up for communications at the main entrance on your way out. Today, we will have Namaqua's World Cafe and Barbecue. So after service today, we'll gather at Kathy Hartman's. It's only 2 blocks away. You can walk there right from where you're parked. And you're gonna go, east. I have this directional thing when I get into buildings. East.
Up 1 block and over 1 block.
So there will be a barbecue that's hosted by our church leadership. Before we eat, though, we'll spend a brief time gathering your input for the goals of this congregation. Come join us as we celebrate the beginning of our new church year. Other announcements can be found at the back of your order of service, as well as the weekly newsletter. So if you sign up for the communications, you'll get the weekly newsletter as well.
And now we're going to do a time for all ages. Do you guys want to come join me? Anybody that identifies as a child, please. My husband identifies as a child. Thank you. That's good. Come on, you guys. Okay, come on. These are my granddaughters. Yep. Oh, good. Anybody else identifying as a child today? You can be 99 years old or even 100. Okay. Okay, so, at times, people haven't always had water that runs in their tap. Did you know that? So, and even people today, not everybody is able to go into their kitchen and turn the water on or flush the toilet. They have to carry water into their house. So this is a story about someone who has to carry water every day into his house. And he lives in India. Have you heard of India? Mm-hmm. You heard of India? Mm-hmm. Okay. So he has a bar that goes across his neck, and he has 1 pot that hangs off of one side and 1 pot off the other. You can look at the picture up here and see what I'm talking about. See him carrying water in those 2 giant jugs up there? Well, the thing is that one of those jugs has a crack in it. Mm-hmm. And at the end of a long walk from the stream back to the house, did you see the crack? Yeah. The cracked pot arrives only half full. Oh. And that pot is so sad that it can't manage to carry a full pot of water all the way back. And for 2 years, this has been going on, walking back and forth. The perfect pot is quite proud of itself because it can carry an entire pot of water back. But the poor cracked one is ashamed of its imperfection. And after 2 years of what it thinks is a big failure, anybody ever feel like they make mistakes and they're a big failure? Do you ever feel that way? Good. I'm glad you never feel that way. May you never feel that way. I think most of us can relate to that, though, unfortunately. The water bearer, it spoke to the water bearer, the guy carrying the water. The jug spoke to him. And he said, I am ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you. Why? Asked the water bearer. What are you ashamed of? I've been able for these past 2 years to deliver only half my load because of this crack in my side, and it leaks out. So because of my flaws, you have to do all this work and you don't get the full value from your efforts. Well, the water bearer felt sorry for the cracked pot. And in his compassion, he said, as we return to the house, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the way. Did you notice the flowers in the picture? Ah, beautiful flowers. And the water bearer said that he planted seeds. He noticed that there was a crack, And so he thought it was a great opportunity to plant seeds along the path. And so he told the pot that you have been watering those seeds and growing these beautiful flowers because you drip water from the crack in your pot. Isn't that cool? Without you being just the way you are, you would not have this beauty to grace this house. We would not have this beauty to grace the house. So the fact that there's a crack in the pot is creating more beauty in the world. We all have our own flaws. Nobody's perfect. Let me just check. Is there anybody perfect out here? Yeah, okay. All right.
Aren't I?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, most of the time.
Good enough.
Good enough. We are all cracked pots. We are all crackpots. So in the great web of life, nothing goes wasted. Don't be afraid of your flaws. Don't be afraid of your flaws or your mistakes. Acknowledge them, and you too can be the cause of great beauty. Know that in our weakness, we find strength and beauty. May it be so. Okay, we're going to sing you guys out. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, ready? Do you want me to walk with you? Yeah? Peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere. Bye, girls.
On this special Water Communion Day, I wanted to do a poem by Srija Sridharan. It's called A Drop of Water. A drop of water, so sweet, as tears of happiness. A drop of water brings joy to the mind. A drop of water so bitter, as tears of agony. A heartbreaking cry brings pain to the mind. A drop of water so harmful in the form of a flood, a harmful storm, brings fear to the mind. A drop of water so precious for a plant to survive, water in the desert brings comfort to the mind. A drop of water so beautiful as a dewdrop, a single pearl, brings expression to the mind. I'm intoning this service with the koshi chimes that have the element of water. Water makes up 60 to 70% of your body, so it's no wonder that it has such symbolism in many cultures around the world. It's a symbol of cleansing, purification, life, and vitality. Without clean, fresh water, all plant and human life would cease to exist. Water is the main element in many spiritual rituals as well. It signifies rejuvenation, healing. In ancient times, and still today in developing nations, the village well is the symbol of community. Often located at the center of the village, it is a gathering place where stories, joys, and sorrows are shared. Pure, unadulterated water is the life force that supports a healthy community. Now, if you were here last year, you might remember me telling a story about the CSU engineering project where they went to Africa to build the aqueducts so they could help the people bring fresh water to the village in a faster process, and it didn't take so much time during their day. So they built the modern aqueducts, and then as all good research projects go, they did, a feedback session, evaluation of how did it go. So a year later, when they went back to the village women, they discovered, had returned to their practice of walking those long distances to gather water from the river in their vessels. So they asked the village elders, what is going on with this? Like, why is this happening? We thought that this was like a good project. It was aiding your community. And they heard the women, they lost their social connection with each other. So that was an important part of their life and their pattern of what they were doing. So, and my daughter, she has spent time in New Zealand, and she heard the same thing. We don't want people just coming in here and changing all the ways that we do things, because sometimes they have a special meaning for us. And you need to learn what that meaning is before you come in and try to rescue us. So today, as we gather as a community, bringing water from our travels, sanctuaries, and wells, we symbolize the individual communing with the larger body. We use another powerful symbol in our ritual today, and that is fire. Fire is the symbol of transformation and change, and it represents the purification and renewal process essential to spiritual growth. So as we light this chalice, we bring forth water and fire as symbols of purification, of warmth within our community, and healing the mind and the body.
Thank you, Linda. And as we begin our new church year, let us take a minute to recognize and honor and bless the leaders of the church. So if you happen to be on the board, so we're going to start with our elected leaders. If you happen to be on the board or the committee on shared ministry or leadership development committee, I invite you to come forward so the rest of us can say, now who is it that's actually running? Come on up, if you would. Wow, a whole pew.
And they were just so handily placed in the right place. Rebecca, you did that.
Come on up. Not yet. Yeah. Okay.
Balcony rats.
Okay, the balcony rats. Check. And do you want, Clay is on it. Thank you, Clay. I'm just gonna pass the mic and let you introduce yourself real quick.
Doug Stewart on the Committee on Shared Ministry.
Leo Grossens on leadership development.
Bonnie Stegner on leadership development.
John Stegner on the board.
Rebecca Williamson, president of the board.
Tom Mitchell, cousin.
Sharon Knorr, I'm also on the board and the secretary.
Bill Rosequist on the board, treasurer.
Are you still in shock about that? Thank you. And we are missing those that aren't up here right now. Clay Benton is a new trustee on the board. Thank you, Clay. And Alan Van Nest is on the board as a trustee as well. Thank you, Alan. And we don't have Jonna Drake up here. She is on the Committee on Shared Ministry. And I think Kathy Hartman is probably over at her house getting ready for us to crash over there. So she is on the Leadership Development Committee. So if you want to just hold out your hands for a moment. I don't need this microphone. Thank you. And we bless you with our gratitude and our goodwill. Yes? Okay. We bless you with our loving hearts that choose to care open minds that commit to engage, and helping hands that join together in the work. Thank you. Thank you. Woo-hoo. Yeah. And now I would like to invite some other very special people up here, your staff. So if you are a staff member, come on up. Like center like. Okay. So this is Slip. Yep. And Ryan Marvel, our music director. Slip is our accompanist, yes. And Chantel Sisk is our office assistant. Okay, yes. So lots of hard workers up here, and very talented and amazing hard workers. And Janin was in here earlier. Janin Wright is our director of religious education. She's with the girls in the back now. And Shirley, and I honestly don't know Shirley's last name. Do you know? She's our nursery care person. Sorry about that. What? Oh, that's true. She does have the same last name as you, Shirley Stegner. Okay. Thank you for reminding me, though. Thank you for that. And Christine Abbey, she was here earlier. She's the person who cleans everything and keeps everything looking nice around here. Lazarus Gonzalez is a young man in high school who does all of our lawn care and snow removal. His dad helps, but it's super cool. And Michelle Edgerly is our new bookkeeper, and she's doing a wonderful job. So once again, we bless you with our gratitude and our goodwill. We bless you with our loving hearts that choose to care, open minds that commit to engage, and helping hands that join together in the work. And we thank you. And now, if you either have already been a volunteer this year, technically it started July 1st, but this is our kickoff. If you've already been a volunteer or you plan to be a volunteer at some point in the year, would you please stand? Choir members, that includes you. Yep. Yep. See, that's most everybody. Yep. Okay. All right. Yep. Absolutely. So we bless each other. Okay. We bless each other with our gratitude and our goodwill. We bless you with our loving hearts that choose to care, open minds that commit to engage, and helping hands that join together in the work. Please thank all of those around you. Thank you. Thank you. And each week, we also support the church with your financial donations, which we are going to take now. And we always support a nonprofit with half of what we bring in. So during the 2 months of September and October, we are giving to Friends of the Loveland Library as part of our shared values to work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all thrive. The Friends of the Loveland Public Library Foundation are dedicated to supporting and advocating for the Loveland Public Library and its mission to inform, enrich, and inspire a strong, engaged community. And in case you didn't already know this, the reason this is important is because their budget was cut like by half. So that's why we're supporting them this year. So please give as generously as you can. Thank you.
Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul.
yonder come day. Day is a breaking, sun is a rising in my soul. Oh, yonder come day. Day is a breaking, sun is a rising in my soul. Yonder come the day is a breaking, yonder come day in my soul. I'm singing, yonder come day. Day is a breaking, sun is a rising in my soul. Is breaking all around. I'm singing, sun is rising in my soul. Day is breaking all around. I'm singing, sun is rising in my soul. Day is breaking all around. I'm singing, sun is rising in my soul. Yonder day is breaking, yonder, oh my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking, yonder come day, oh my soul. Oh, yonder come day, day is a breaking, sun is a rising in my soul. In my soul.
Thank you.
So thank you for all the ways that you give to this church and all the ways that you volunteer in this church and for all the ways that you sing in this church. Thank you, choir. That was wonderful. And we're about to begin our water communion ceremony. Before we do, we're not doing our traditional joys and sorrows, but if I may, I would like to lift up a sorrow and a bit of relief too. That Mickey McGuire, I should never try to think of names on the fly. Mickey McGuire's mother just passed away about 2 days ago. Yeah, so if we could hold Mickey and his family in our hearts with love and give them lots of love today if you can. So glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think this way. So we'd like to share with you this reading in celebration of Earth's waters. Give thanks for all the waters that be,
For bays and gulfs and shining seas,
for rivers that flow like meandering snakes,
for wells in the desert and great mountain lakes,
for vastness of oceans unparagoned,
for each fishing hole and tiny frog pond,
for the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the blue Aegean,
for the Baltic, the Bering, and the Caribbean,
for the Nile and the Niger and the Amazon,
for the Mississippi, Missouri, and Yukon,
for the Rhine and the Rhone and the Rio Grande,
for the Tigris, Euphrates, and sacred Ganges,
For the Thames, for the Thames, the Seine. Thank you for your corrections. For the Thames, the Seine, the Shannon, and the Po.
For the Darling, the Uruguay, and the mighty Congo.
May these giving waters and all the rest, with our careful
tending, be ever blessed.
Thank you. So Namaqua has been doing this water communion ceremony for about 24 years, since the beginning. So this is the seed water that I pour into this bowl, which represents all the people over all the years who have ever participated in this water communion ceremony at Namaqua. It is the coming together of the many, including our church ancestors, into one. All who have ever donated to this water is a part of what I just poured in there. Today, you were invited to bring water from a place that is meaningful to you. And this may be from a favorite place you recently visited, or from your home. Or maybe it's from a place, some other place that is very important to you. And you may not have known to bring water, or you might have forgotten. That's usually me. But don't worry, because we have plenty. We will. So this is our symbolic water that you can use to symbolize whatever is important. The water symbolizes for you, whatever is important. At the end of the ceremony, I will save some of the water, we will save some of the water once again. And once the water is sterilized, we will use it for our child dedication ceremonies and other rituals throughout the year. Next year, the saved water will be used to start the ceremony once again. So as we begin, let us give thanks to our Unitarian Universalist ancestors, the people who began this ritual, the ones who passed it on to Foothills Unitarian many years ago, and to Foothills for passing it on to Namaqua when the church began 24 years ago. We give thanks to all who have helped build this community and build Unitarian Universalism and communities across the world. So if you have water that you've brought with you, I invite you to take a look at it now. And if you don't, you can look at this water. And bring to mind what it means to you. Remember the experience that you had collecting it. What does this water offer you? What is special about this place and this water? Hold it in your mind. Hold the significance of it in your mind. And as you pour this water or water from the pitcher into the bowl, if you choose, please share one word that represents its meaning. I know that's a challenge, but it'll keep things moving. So one word that represents the meaning of this water to you. So I invite you now to come forward, making a line along the wall over here. We'll come around this way. And if it would be helpful for me to bring the microphone to you, just raise your hand and we will bring the mic to you and pour the water in for you. And to our fellow Zoomers up there, you are invited to share in the chat what this water means to you, and we will pour the water in for you. Okay, please. Yeah. Great. Either way.
Friendship. Beauty.
Yeah.
Climate.
Family.
Kayaking.
Okay.
Sacred. Ganges.
Wow. Okay.
Journey.
Lake Loveland.
Circle of life.
Nature.
Sanctuary.
Gratefulness.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Gardening.
Nice.
What I particularly like, but in addition, I have this, which is Sprite. And I brought that, a bunch of bottles I brought for us to drink. So I have, yeah,
Thank you.
Adaptation. Home.
Nice. Woohoo.
Home.
Sacred.
Community.
Safety.
Peace. Companionship. Joy.
Way too much for one word, but mini Wachoni, water is life too.
Water is life. Thank you.
Quenching. Love.
Origin.
Love.
Wonderful.
I'm going to add sustenance because Elaine already said mine, garden, so sustenance.
Wonderful.
And on Zoom, we have reflection.
Reflection. Okay. Great. Thank you. I'm going to add a little reflection. Is there anybody who would like me to bring the microphone to you?
Tears and hope.
Tears and hope. Wonderful. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else on Zoom? Okay. Okay. May this water that represents this community and all that each of you are as individuals, just like drops of water coming together into being one. This is sacred water. Please join us in this reading when your response is, "This water is sacred."
This water is made sacred by the many hands that have poured it with intention and love. the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it in this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith.
This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of its unique gifts that flow through each and every one of us.
This water is sacred. May it continue to nurture this community with sustaining hope that we journey together through ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred.
And may it continue to bless this community with loving reminders of our collective responsibility to one another and to the world.
This water is sacred. May its ripples be a reminder that the changes and growth within this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors.
This water is sacred. May its purity offer grace to our community and the willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we do make mistakes.
This water is sacred. In moments when we are confused or uncertain, may it bring us clarity of purpose and commitment.
This water is sacred. In moments when the reservoirs of our hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep reservoir of abundant love. This water is sacred. I invite us to sing "We Would Be One." We can stay sitting now. We recently celebrated the life of Shirley Rawson and mourned her death. During the service, her daughter told us that every day it was her spiritual practice to begin by reciting this quote from the Dalai Lama. Every day, think as you wake up, today I am fortunate to be alive. I have a precious human life and I am not going to waste it. I am going to use all my energies to develop myself, to expand my heart out to others, to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. I am going to have kind thoughts towards others. I am not going to get angry or think badly about others. I am going to benefit others as much as I can. Phew. All right, that's the end of the sermon. There's so much in there, isn't there? Something about this statement, just for me, I don't know about you, but it restores that flow of life. It reminds me of what truly matters. It is an invitation to return to the flow of one's life. So school is back in session and most vacations are over, and today is a celebration of being together after our summer adventures. And it is also an invitation to restore that flow within ourselves and our community together. Each person's life is sacred and precious. We might see this for others, but all too often we see it for others and we see them as the whole pot, the pot that can carry it all, the pot that is able to somehow be that perfectly enlightened being that is a true human, that all too elusive, successful person. For ourselves, we feel our brokenness and our flaws, perhaps beating ourselves up about it and not seeing those flowers that are growing, the beauty that emerges from the spilling out of our own being in the world, even through the flaws. You never know how circumstances are going to play out when you get amazing, generous humans that are committed to liberating love for each other and the world together. But that's what we've done. That's what we're doing right now. That's you. One thing is for certain. When one of us is dripping our abundant life energy through the cracks of our vessel, feeling inadequate or broken or somehow less than, someone else is seeing the gift of nourishment, planting seeds from what this person gives, and the flowers that bloom from their shared essence, renewing and restoring one's understanding of who they are and all they have to offer the world. We can be broken, and we can still generate, create, and nourish life all around us. Besides, perfection is a myth. Did you ever think about that? It's a myth, and it's overrated anyhow. Love, harmony, and beauty, with all the flaws that are included, that's what matters. And as the story says, don't be afraid of your flaws. Acknowledge them, and you too can be the cause of great beauty. Know that in our weakness, we find our strength. So as I mentioned, the theme for the month of September is invitation. But it's not just the word invitation, it is the practice of invitation. How are you practicing invitation right now? What are you inviting in? What are you inviting to leave? Are you inviting in the flow of life? Have you ever had that feeling when you are angry or upset or even just annoyed, and you are caught up in judging something or someone else, or just, and Perhaps it's petty, perhaps it's profound. But fretting about it is only tying you up inside in knots. Anybody relate? This is just me, right? Okay. But then something happens. A phone call, a text, or just a thought that passes through, something that you read, a reminder that truly, of what truly matters in this precious human life that you have. You flash, just in an instant, that feeling of love. And somehow everything inside of you transforms, and all of those knots just go whoosh. They flow out, they untie, and they release. Can you all resonate with that too? Love heals like water. Love that moves through the world like water. You let go of the knots so that you become the flow of love. You become that flow of love. Is this not what the Dalai Lama was telling us to do? Hopefully you know that feeling that I'm talking about. So this gathering of the waters is more than just symbolic. It is the gathering of each of us, of that flow of life itself as it moves within us and brings us together in beloved community. Coming home, like making your way to the ocean. I think a drop of water feels most at home in the ocean. I don't know, I haven't had a chance to ask, but in my imagination, it's like that's the ultimate primordial home. And I'm hoping this is your home, your spiritual home, a place where tears can flow freely and be surrounded by love. It's an ocean of love here, a place where fear, anger, frustration is held in love, a place where grief and loss is tended to through love, liberating love. This is the gift of this community, and it is why this ceremony is so important. We help each other move out of our stuckness and back into the flow of vibrant, liberating love. Experiencing the fullness of being alive, the sacredness of all that life gives. Yes, each person's life is sacred and precious, and we are all better together. So let us invite the waters of life, the flow of life as it rises and swells within each of us, together, coming together, flowing in and around, through, we dissolve, we resolve, we move in harmony, rising from one drop, combining to become the whole ocean. The very essence of home is here. We are one. May it be so. Welcome home. Amen. Please join together in singing Blue Boat Home.
Remember, please join us for conversation about our future. Great food and the best fellowship at Kathy's house. Which way is it?
Up a block, over a block.
5th and Pierce. So you just take Pierce up to 6th Street, and you'll see all of us gathering there, so you won't miss it.
Thank you. I hope you join us. After we're done, we are going to take some seed water out of here, and then we're going to take the rest of the water and pour it on the roots of the tree out front, and you're welcome to join us. And we close, first of all, I invite us, I know we're missing something. That's because we haven't connected yet. Let's reach out and connect with each other in whatever way feels comfortable to you. Holding hands, touching shoulders, arms around. Let's embody that oneness in this moment.
It starts with a drop, then a trickle, a burble, a rush of water bubbling toward its destination, and finally the end, the wide, endless home of the sea. All rivers run to the sea.
Today you brought water and poured it into a common bowl, and though our experiences have differed, these waters mingle, signifying our common humanity.
Today you came and shared in this sacred community. May you depart this sacred space, hearts filled with hope for new beginnings, a fresh start.
So go forth, but return to this community where rivers of tears may be shed,
where dry souls are watered,
where your joy bubbles,
where your life cup overflows,
where deep in your spirit you have found this place called home. Thank you. May it be so.
Maybe it's so.